Take it on the heel and toe, boss. Baxter and the babe are on the way here.
All right, take a rain check and clear out of here, honey. Someday we'll pick up where we left off.
But, Salty, you said we were going places.
Yeah, you are. Come on, get going.
Yeah, come on. Come on, hurry up, will you? We'll see you when we get to Cincinnati. Come on, will you? Did you hear what I said?
Come on, sit down, Smitty. Take the weight off your feet.
Doc Baxter and the babe. You can still get out the back way.
Maybe I can talk my way out of it.
Are you out of your mind? Baxter will never believe your partner barred the door without your say-so. If you got to talk to him, do it over the phone. We don't want no trouble.
That kind of trouble nobody can run away from. They'd find me just like they found Jackson. And I'd end up the same way, in a ditch with 4 bullet holes in my head.
Here it comes.
Tell them to keep playing. Too bad about your partner. He was a nice fella. I guess somebody must have had it in for him, huh? All right, skip it, Baxter. What do you want?
Well, you owe me 20 grand.
You know as well as I do what happened. Jackson double-crossed me and took a powder. I never even saw the money.
Well, that doesn't interest me. All I know is that I loaned Jackson and O'Rourke 20 grand, payable on demand. Now I want my dough, that's all.
What is this, a shakedown?
Oh, no, it's legal business. You want to get acquainted with the law. You see, what you do, your partner's responsible for, and what your partner does, you're responsible for. Now, that's simple, isn't it?
Well, I'm broke, Baxter. You'll have to give me a little time.
How little?
Say 90 days. It'll be Christmas.
Suppose I say no.
You ought to know better than that. Dead men don't pay off.
Okay, O'Rourke, you got 30 days. That'll be Christmas for me.
What's the matter, Smitty? You nervous?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you something? So was I.
You're a magician, boss, getting that extension out of him and him hating you the way he does. But where are we going to raise that kind of money in 30 days?
From a little acorn, a tall oak tree grows.
Here we go again. Those cufflinks don't know whether their home is with you or the hock shop.
That's enough to buy the horse.
What horse?
The Fairfax horse whipper.
Whipper? Nobody has ever been able to stay on his back.
That's why he can be bought so cheap. If I can only find a jockey that can ride him.
Who, for instance?
I think Johnny Cate might do it.
Have you blown your topper? That ain't no way to get out of trouble. That's the way to get in trouble. A horse that nobody can ride and a jockey that's been barred from every track in the state.
That's the best I can do with the tools I've got.
Well, promise me one thing. That you won't buy this horse until you find out whether that little crook can ride him or not.
Okay, it's a promise. You take these over and pick up.
I know. And pick up 1,000.
And hurry back. We gotta make for the border.
Señores, busquen ustedes alojamiento. Yo soy el dueño del Hotel Mario. Tengo cuartos muy buenos, limpios, agua fría, agua caliente. Y si ustedes quieren comer sabroso, tengo la mejor cocina.
Listen, brother, we don't understand that lingo. We're looking for a boy by the name of Johnny Cate.
Johnny Cate?
Yeah.
It takes 3 weeks since I seen Johnny Cate.
Does he live here anymore?
Sure, he lives here. But that coyote goes away before I raise up in the morning. He never comes back at night until he hears me snore. So they tell me, but he knows I have no locks in the door. And he owes me 3 weeks' rent, the chisilero.
Why don't you make him pay?
He pays when I get my hands on him.
Have you any idea where he is now?
I don't know. I wish I know where he is.
Okay, Smitty, better case the joints on that side of the block, and I'll take this one. Reach back here.
Well, I think I'll do a little gambling. Who's got a nickel for 5 pennies?
I have. I'll take the winnings. Do no such thing, you overfed blonde. For 2 hairpins, I'd tear the dress right off your back. What? Nickel snatching beezark.
Well, that's so. You wait a minute. Break it up now. That's enough.
Well, she can't talk to me like that.
She's right. She saw me first.
Has anybody got a nickel for 2 cents?
Get out, lizard. Pull off. Gee.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, fella. Where you're going to need that hand. You won't find a buzzer on me. I'm no copper.
And what's the idea of going around scaring people?
Maybe I better introduce myself. I'm Solly O'Rourke.
Can't say I'm pleased to meet you. What do you want?
Come on, take a little walk outside and I'll tell you.
Who does he think he is, telling you what to do?
Why don't you mind your own business?
A little on the fat side to take off 10 pounds and be in shape.
What's this all about?
Johnny, how'd you like to get back in the saddle again? Riding for me.
Come again?
You won't be just a jockey. You and I will be partners. 1/3 against 2/3 every time we cut a melon. We'll work together, live together, and win the Dellington Handicap together.
You better roll over, mister. To win a race like that, it takes a pretty fast pig.
Oh, I got the pig. All I need's a boy.
What's the hitch? There's got to be a hitch, or you wouldn't be coming to me.
Well, you see this horse I've got? He just eats jockeys. Toss him off like a duck sheds water. Of course, if you can't ride him, it's no deal.
Mr. DePetal don't live that I can't ride. But you come to the wrong guy. Got the 2 6s on me up in the States. Beef about a jockey ring. I was innocent as a baby.
Never mind that. I can get your license.
Somebody might know me.
You don't have to be you. You got a brother, haven't you?
Yeah, I have got a brother. Timothy, back in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. He's 17.
A regular information bureau.
And you're 21.
You're wrong. 22.
Well, there's nothing to it. All you do is write for his birth certificate, and that's that.
You're a pretty cagey citizen.
So you found him.
This is Smitty, my trainer.
Glad to know you, Johnny Kate.
How'd you know my name?
I know it's your old man. I was at Belmont the day he rode and died.
Oh, you was, huh?
He's a great jockey, Johnny. Not as great as you are.
He was better, but he tried to go through a hole that wasn't there.
If you take after him, you're the one we need right now.
Come on, Johnny. Let's take a little ride and talk this. Oh, Johnny, get my flashlight out of the front compartment for me. Where's the tack room?
3rd door right. Are you sure you want to go through with this, boss? If we get caught on this property, we'll land right in the hoosgow.
Stop being so chicken. Sure you took care of the night watchman?
Sure, I'm sure. This afternoon I gave him something for his stomach, but I'm still nervous.
The kid.
There it is.
Thanks.
Who's he, the night watchman?
Yeah, he works days.
Hey, you got a swell layout here. Not bad.
I'll get by with it all right. Here. Go in and grab yourself a saddle and bridle. Try not to make too much noise, huh?
Yeah, there ain't no need waking up all the horses.
Okay.
Get him.
Get back. Go on. Go on. Get over there. Come on. Get over. Get over. Go on. Get over. Get over there. Come on.
Hey! Look out, you're on the wrong end. Hey, look out, you're making him dizzy.
What do you think he's doing to me?
All right, you got him?
I got him.
Okay, bring him out. Take it easy with him, Smitty. He's as gentle as a baby.
Oh, yeah? Well, let him take it easy with me.
What are they doing?
He's just playing with him. He loves horses.
What have you been feeding them?
He always feels good in the morning. Now, remember, this horse has a mind of its own.
I'm the guy who's going to change it. Let him go, Smitty. All right, Whipper, get out your bag of tricks. I got an answer for every one of them. Listen, you big blonde beauty, this is the devil. Me and him always rise together. They told me you're tough, well, I'm tough, too. Are you giving a little and I'll give in a little. You'll never have to know the devil any better. Come on, get over here. Come on. You may gonna make for the team, but don't forget, I'm the captain. Now, come on, let's go. Ha! This way, not that way. Come on. Let's get going. Come on. Come on.
That bangtail destroyed distance.
That kid can ride anything. It's like him and the horses glued together.
Well, I can tell you now that horse is a man killer. How'd you do it?
Nothing to it. I just talked to him. Man to man.
You talked to him.
What'd he say?
Says everything's gonna be okay.
What do you know, a talking horse?
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's good enough for me. Who might ask questions at a time like this? Okay, Smitty, take him in and rub him down. Come back later and buy him.
Buy him. Don't you already own a snake?
Certainly not. Had to see if you could ride him first, didn't I?
Remember, those are mine.
Everything seems to be in proper order, Timothy. Now all I need is your birth certificate. You're 17 years old, huh? In 5 weeks, you'll be 18. Well, that means in the morning you'll report to school.
School?
Jockey school, here at the track. It's the state law.
You're wasting your time. The horses I ride don't read and write.
Well, look, Sonny, if you want to ride, you'll go to school. You'll go to school till you're 18.
It's the phoniest law I ever heard of.
He'll be in school in the morning. Thank you very much.
Here, have a cigar.
Oh, thank you.
Have one for after dinner.
Well, thanks again.
Why do you keep beefing with the guy after you've got your license?
Don't you get any funny ideas? You don't really think I'm going to school, do you?
You heard what the man said. You'll have to. If you want to ride.
I got all the education I need, and I ain't going to overdo it.
Okay, wise guy. What's the capital of New York?
Saratoga.
There, you see. Any 10-year-old knows it's Albany.
Then they changed it.
Look, you've got 3 weeks before the handicap. Are you going to kick aside a bundle of dough just because they want you to go to school for a few measly minutes each day?
Listen, chum, I signed a contract with you to ride horses. Nothing in it says I got to go to school, and I ain't.
Okay, if that's how you feel about it. Toss it in the gutter. 1/3 of 50 G's, your end of the purse.
That means you collect $16,000.
Yeah. Think it over. Dunce. Come on.
Hey, where's that jockey school?
There it is. Can't you read?
I don't know. I never tried.
Yes? Are you looking for someone?
Where can I find a brains that runs this joint?
I'm Miss Brooks. I'm in charge. But if you don't mind, this isn't a joint.
A good-looking babe like you to teach you?
What did you want to see me for?
Well, ask me that 5 minutes ago, and I'd have been stuck. But now that I got a hinge at you, I can think of a lot of things.
That'll be enough of your impudence. Who are you and what do you want?
It ain't what I want, baby. It's what I'm going to get. I'm Timothy Caton. He hung a 5-week school rap on me.
Would you mind walking up here with it?
Walk? For you, I'll run.
You seem much older than you look.
Youth runs in my family. My old man didn't shave till he was 34.
I don't appreciate your sense of humor, and I want it stopped. I'll keep you after school on your first day here.
Well, what do you think I'm angling for, Toots?
That settles it. There's the door. Get out.
Oh, don't get sore, baby. Can't you be like me, broad-minded?
Get out. You're expelled.
A new record, in and out of school in 3 minutes.
We ought to change his name, boss. Railery sounds like a flat-footed butler.
I sent you to buy one horse, you end up with 2 of them.
What are you beefing about? I got this one for nothing.
Just because they threw him in, you didn't have to take him, did you? He'll eat more than Whipper will.
All we gotta do is drop him in a cheap race. Some sucker might claim him, and we'll make a quick profit.
All right, come on, stop walking him. You'll have to get him out of breath.
If he don't keep moving, he'll sit down. We sure got him bound up.
I thought you were supposed to be in school.
They sprung me.
Sprung you?
Yeah, they don't want me.
You're not kidding me. You deliberately got yourself kicked out.
What are you talking about? I gave her a chance and she muffed it.
You gave who what?
The teacher. One look at me and you'd think I was rat poison. Why, I didn't even get a seat before I was out on the sidewalk.
What did you do to that teacher so she couldn't stand you for 10 minutes?
Nothing. I just told you. She took a grudge at me right at the barrier. That's what I get for going in and acting like a gentleman instead of being myself. Huh.
Can't you get it through your thick skull that you got to go to school or you can't ride? Well, those school teacher's going to blow our chances. All right, what's the teacher's name?
I don't know, Miss Snooks or something.
Whatever her name is, she's going to get my number 1 pitch. Quick.
Say, there's a beautiful package. What's in it? I get it. Juice takes care of everything.
Come on in. She's probably just your age.
Oh.
Oh, pardon me, miss, but I'm looking for a teacher by the name of Miss Snooks.
I'm the only teacher here, but my name is Brooks.
Oh, then are you the one that expelled Timothy Cate this morning?
Yes, I did. Are you his father?
Oh, you spoke,
You, expected to find a spinster?
Well, no, not exactly, but we had expected to find somebody a little older.
Just what did Timothy do that made you throw him out?
Well, for one thing, his blunt way of expressing things.
Oh, Miss Brooks, I don't mean to play on your sympathy, but I'd like to tell you the story of Timothy Cate, and maybe it'd temper your judgment with a little kindness.
Yeah, you gotta take him back in school. Give the boy a break. I mean, another chance.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. He was insolent, belligerent, and disrupted the morale of my class. I'm convinced he's incorrigible.
Oh, Miss Brooks, I'd hate to see you make a mistake that might be on your conscience the rest of your life.
Mistake?
Yes. Right now, this boy's on his way up. He's supporting an invalid mother and 2 younger sisters.
And one of them works for the church. If you make a wrong decision at this point, well, you'll have to ruin his whole life.
Well, I'm supporting a mother, too. What's going to happen to her if the Board of Education discharges me for inefficiency?
You see, Smitty, it's the old law of self-preservation, no matter who else you hurt.
I wish you wouldn't put it that way.
You know, it's a funny thing, Miss Brooks, but exactly 20 years ago, a school teacher just like yourself had to make a decision in my life. And if she hadn't have made the right one, well, I wouldn't be where I am today.
You've made quite a case out of this, haven't you?
Well, it's just that it means so much to Timmy.
For that reason, I think I should make some concession.
Oh, well, thank you, Miss Brooks. I'll see that he's here in the morning.
Oh, don't misunderstand. I didn't say he could come back. But what I will do is think the matter over and give you my answer in a few days.
Can't you give it to us now?
I'm sorry, that's my decision.
Well, I guess that has to be it.
I'm afraid so.
Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, Miss Brooks. Surprised to see me?
Well, won't you come in?
Ordinarily I would, but I've only got a minute. Oh, by accident, I walked off with your package this morning.
Thank you. It's just a few handkerchiefs I was sending to my aunt.
Oh, incidentally, for taking up all of your time, here's a little trinket I ran across.
That, you bought for the spinster.
Well, can we give it to your mother?
That's very sweet of you. Wouldn't you like to give it to her yourself?
Well, if you insist, but I can only stay a second.
Mother, this is Mr. O'Rourke. It seems he has a present for you.
A present for me? How do you do, young man?
How do you do?
What? How nice.
Won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's beautiful. How many men would think of such a thoughtful present as this sewing basket?
Well, thank you very much. You know, my friends consider me quite old-fashioned.
Mr. O'Rourke is in the horse racing business, aren't you?
Well, to some extent, but only as a hobby. My chief interest right now is life insurance.
Seeing the horses race must be so exciting. You know, every once in a while, Barbara can hear the crowds yelling way over at the school.
Well, it is exciting to some people.
Tell me, when you're at the track, do you ever bet?
Well, some of the men do. But that comes pretty close to gambling, Mrs. Brooks. My big thrill is trying to win the first prize.
I hope you won't be shocked, but Barbara and I almost went to the races once.
Mother will never stop talking about the time she came so close to being wicked.
Well, I wouldn't consider that wicked. It's a sport of kings. Good, clean competition.
Oh, but I was going to bet.
Oh, I have a horse going Friday.
You have? Where is he going?
Well, he isn't going. He's running Friday. Say, how would you two like to come and be my guests?
You mean go to the... Oh, I'm afraid we couldn't. You see, it would mean leaving the house alone, and there's no one to look after the cat.
Nonsense, Mother. It would do us both good to get out of the house for a day. On behalf of the Brooks family, I accept your wonderful offer.
There you are. It's all settled. We've got a date. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I'll have to withdraw my invitation. I haven't a horse running Friday.
Why not?
Well, I just remembered that my jockey got in trouble at school today, and he's not eligible to ride.
At school? Oh, that can be straightened out. Why, Barbara here is...
Well, I thought so, too, at 11 o'clock, but now I'm not so sure.
I'm confident that the matter can be straightened out. You have Timothy Kate back in school in the morning.
Oh, well, that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm probably keeping you people up. You know, it's 9:30.
Oh, that's nothing. Sometimes you're up until 10.
Well, you probably think I'm an old stick in the mud, but we horsemen like to be in at a respectable hour.
I'll get your hat for you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for my beautiful present. Whenever you're in the neighborhood, just drop in any time. Good night, Mr. O'Rourke.
Good night, Mother. Well, thank you very much.
What time Friday?
Friday?
Yes. What time will you pick us up for the races?
Oh, the races. Well, shall we say 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
That's right. That's right. No, you're wrong. You got the right number, but the wrong guy. Yeah, that... I'll tell you, I don't know. I don't know. What? Oh, just a minute. Just a minute. It's the redhead from San Diego, Laura.
I don't care if it's Lana. Tell her I'm scratched off the handicap.
I just found out he flew to Cincinnati. Goodbye. How'd you make out?
Okay, but it wasn't easy. What an evening. Playing Romeo to a couple of hay shakers. Where's the kid?
In bed, and he got a letter from his blonde tomato. She wants to come up here.
Oh, boy, that's all we need. Well, Sonny boy, I got good news for you. You're going back to school in the morning.
Hey, that's great. Now everybody's happy.
You too?
Me too.
Brother, you're full of surprises.
Hey, Sully.
Hmm?
How's chances of making a light touch? Say, half a C?
$50. No chance at all. What do you think this joint is, for free? I gotta hold out rent money. Besides, a school kid like you wouldn't look good with a bale of lettuce hanging out of his pocket.
But just the same, I'd like to go out once in a while and look at something else besides a horse's neck.
How much is the fare?
15 hoolies.
Why don't you stay away from that pelican? There's 10.
Are you sure you can spare it?
Hey, boys. I knew things was going too good.
Good morning. I want to put something in soak for a while. Guy down at the border offered me 500 fish to get it back right after I buys it from him.
You don't know the man's name, do you? I might be wanted to see him myself.
All right, come on. What's the top figure?
$50.
Oh, have a heart, mister. You're not going to rob a kid of 17, are you?
No. No more than you'd rob an old man of 70.
You ain't 70.
You're not 17.
Okay, tree ball, give me the broccoli. Hey, Ralph, Sneezer, all you guys, come in.
What's that?
What's up? Look.
What about it?
A whole lot. Here we are out in the sunshine playing. And there she is, cooped up inside waiting for us.
Well, gee whiz, Timothy, she don't play baseball.
It ain't that. Do we ever do anything for her? Do we?
I don't get you.
Do we ever give her anything to show we appreciate it?
What does she want?
Well, she could use a lot of things. You ever notice that dress she wears?
What's the matter with it?
What's the matter with it?
Yeah, it is kind of plain.
Certainly, and think how she feels. She's like any other woman. Wants to look nice. But how can she on a school teacher's grab?
I never thought of that.
Maybe we could take up a collection.
And embarrass her? You're crazy. She won't take charity.
What can we do?
I'll tell you what we can do, if you guys are willing. I'll buy her a ticket on the horse I'm riding today. Raillery. He ought to be a 10-1 shot.
Where do we come in?
Well, all you guys gotta do is give me a head start coming out of the gate. Then everybody ride like heck and try to catch me. You know, nothing crooked. It's for Miss Brooks. Come on.
It's for Miss Brooks? I'm in.
You too?
Sure.
You?
Sure.
You?
Okay.
Have me in too.
That's a good deal, boys. Swell. You make me very happy.
All right, it's time to check.
Number 7, TK.
112, Brian.
5.
Number 4, D. Hickman. 112. Check.
Here's your advance tickets on railway, eh? You're tossing your dough away. He's 40-1 in the morning line.
Take this right over to Miss Brooks, quick. Before she gets away from the school.
Well, suppose you ask me who it's from.
There's a note inside explaining everything. Now, scram, hurry up.
111. Check.
Snag hasn't got a chance to keep working that whip and make him look good. I want somebody to claim him.
I wouldn't say he ain't got a chance. He felt like man of war unto me when I breezed him this morning.
Yeah, well, don't break out in front or somebody's liable to run over you.
I'm still warning you. But I have a chunky of bankroll on him. After all, I'm riding.
All right, Paul Revere, come on, get on. There you go.
Oh, Grandpa.
Well, how's everybody getting along?
Mother hasn't had so much fun since the Iowa picnic.
I've been dying to make a wager all afternoon, but I've been too embarrassed to admit that I don't know how.
Well, it's very simple, Mother. All you have to do is go down that aisle to the betting department, which is a row of windows, marked win, place, and show. That means first, second, and third. You give the man behind the window your money, and he'll give you a ticket. If you win, you'll collect later.
And if I lose?
Now, you can tear up the ticket.
Tear up the ticket. I must remember that. Oh, there goes the horn for the last race. Oh, look, number 7. That's your horse. And isn't he well behaved? Not a bit upset the way the other horses are.
Mother, look at the way he slinks along, just like a panther.
I wouldn't get too excited, folks. He's not as good as he looks.
But just the same, I'm going to buy a chance on him. Barb and I have our reasons.
You have?
He belongs to someone Mother's very fond of.
Well, that's very nice of you, Mother, but please don't bet on him. The horse can't win.
Why, you shouldn't talk like that. Of course he can't win if you don't have confidence in him.
Now and going in position. Lady Darwin will be the first one in on the rail. Oscan, Maradis, Junonian, and Raillery on the
Oh,
outside.
please, just a 50-cent chance.
No, Mother. $2 is the cheapest, and I'm not going to let you throw your money away.
There they go. Raillery on the outside is going to the front. Lady Darwin is second. Junonian is third. And Maradis back to Raillery. Into the lead by 8 lengths.
Look at your horse go.
3/4 length and Maradis. Raillery in front. 5 lengths. Lady Darwin up on the rail second. By a neck.
Don't look back, Railway, because if you see how far in front you are, you'll drop dead.
Now with Raillery going to a hard drive. By 3/4 length. Lady Darwin on the outside. Third on the rail. Maradis in fourth. Raillery in front.
Whether you like it or not, I'm going to buy a chance on Raillery.
Wait a minute, Mother. It's too late. You can't. And neither can I.
It's the Raillery winning it by a half length. Junonian is second ahead. Lady Darwin is third. By 3/4 length. Oscar is fourth.
Nice work, Raillery. But if the race had been 10 feet longer, we'd have wound up dead last. Do you think you can make it back to the winner's circle?
Feel badly about not letting me bet on him. Only after this, if I were you, I'd stick to life insurance.
Mother, maybe you've got something there. Say, will you folks excuse me for a few minutes? I've got some important business I have to take care of.
Wait. I've got a surprise for you. Look.
Well, it's a $5 win ticket on Raillery. When did you buy this?
I didn't buy it. It was given to me.
By whom?
Came with this note.
Dear teacher, if this horse wins, you can buy yourself a new dress. The class of 7A, 7B, 6B, and 4B. Who delivered this to you?
Stranger, but it looks like your Timothy's handwriting.
Oh, no, it couldn't be. He knows better than to chip in with the other jockeys and buy a ticket on his own mount.
Oh, what's all the fuss about? Let's go and redeem it.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I have no intention of doing that. I'll return it to the class in the morning and let them cash it for the school athletic fund.
That's a lovely idea.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. You're liable to get the boys in trouble.
Why? They didn't do anything dishonest, did they?
Oh, no, but the athletic fund officials might think they did, and that's just as bad.
Hey, boss. I gotta see you.
Oh, excuse me, man.
Did you see what I saw?
Yeah, it's worse than that. Johnny bought a ticket for the school teacher on Raillery. She's going to turn the money over to the school athletic fund officials.
Well, I expected it. We'll all be barred for life.
Not if I can get her to spend some of that dough. And she'll be a partner and she can't squawk.
Get on it, boss. Get on it.
But you haven't told me what I should do with all this money.
Well, there's only one thing you can do, Miss Brooks. You can't hurt the boys' feelings. You've got to get down and buy the dress right away. And with the balance of the money that's left over, you can give the boys a party at the end of the term.
Oh, that's a wonderful solution.
As a matter of fact, why don't you two take my car right now and get on?
Oh, hold on now. I've had gallivanting enough for one day. Why don't you two go?
Mother, you heard Mr. O'Rourke say he had something important to do.
Oh, that can wait. Nothing's as important as that dress. Besides, I only have a day to lose my temper, and I can do that at any time. Come on.
It's stunning, just simply stunning, and only 1975.
It isn't very practical, at least not for me. I'm a little tired now. I don't think I'll decide today.
Pardon me, miss, but where are your more expensive dresses?
Oh, right over here. But your wife didn't want a more expensive gown.
She likes to save the money for the kids.
Oh, I see.
You just take the price tag off, and I'll pay you the difference in the QT, huh? Yeah. How about this one? Think that'll fit her?
Just her size.
Which way'd you go?
Oh, this way.
Here, try this on. How much is it?
$44.50.
You're a strange person. I can't make you out. Where do you come from?
From San Francisco.
Did you ever work in your life?
Work? That's something for mules and horses, isn't it?
No, honestly. Did you ever?
Sure, when I was a kid and I didn't know any better.
What sort of work?
Oh, I used to peddle newspapers on a street corner.
Why do you carry a gun?
You mean this? Don't call it a gun. That's my friend John Roscoe.
Why do you carry it?
Because he's my friend, and when I need him, he speaks up for me. He's my persuader.
I don't understand.
Well, you see, it's like this. With your friends, you can sway them with words, and they're willing to listen to you. But with your enemies, it's a little different. And that's where my friend John Roscoe comes in. He persuades my enemies.
What good does it do me to go to bed at 9 o'clock if you're going to wake me up?
Don't give me that. What'd you try to pull at the track today?
You ain't so because you grabbed a place, are you?
First I can stick in my eye. I'm sorry at the risk you took.
What risk? Can I help it if some crooked jockey shoe me in?
Shoe you in? From the lead you had coming on that stretch, you'd think somebody was hitting you with a BB gun.
I can't understand you. I make the horse look good like you told me. You win a race and here you are shooting at Santa Claus.
All right, cut the malarkey. How much dough did you have on raillery?
Oh, so that's it. Well, for your information, I didn't bet a nickel. Good night.
Now, look, kid, I'm in a bad frame of mind. You better come clean.
Well, you got your gall. Are you trying to make out I'm a double-crosser?
Why, you no good, lying little crook.
Oh, what you expect? I gotta live. So far, all you give me is a measly sawbuck. Besides, I told you to bet on him, didn't I?
So you pull a fixer could have tossed 50 G's right out of the window.
I wasn't caught, was I?
No, but you don't know how close you came. That schoolteacher friend of yours is going to give the winnings from her tickets you sent her to the athletic fund officials. You know what that would have meant?
So what happened?
So nothing happened. I stopped her.
Oh, I bet that was hard. I never seen a dame yet that couldn't use a little extra dough.
One more crack out of you and I'll slap your teeth down your throat.
Well, you will you? Okay, Bucko, you asked for it. Now you're gonna get it.
What's going on here? What's eating you guys? The neighbors can hear you all over the block.
Now listen to me, punk. From now on, I'm giving orders and you're taking them. You're going to give me an honest shake, keep your nose clean, and start training. And if you don't...
Yeah, what?
I'm going to get me a new jockey.
Oh, no, you won't.
What makes you think I won't?
Somebody told me. A talking horse. A horse nobody can ride. Maybe from now on you better sleep with Smitty. Because I gotta get my rest. And I don't get it so good with two in a room. Good night, boys.
You're not going to let that saddle monkey take charge, are you?
Smitty, there's two ways to kill a cat. You can either hit it over the head with a stick or feed it chloroform that tastes like milk.
Yeah, boss, but this one is crowding it.
Yeah. Right into 50 G's. With those prices, I can stand a little crowding.
Well, it's a lucky thing you can, 'cause you're going to get it with two of us in a three-quarter bed.
Well, come on, Ten. 10 twice. 7 away. Come on, Ten. Don't fail me, Ten. Come on, Ten. Come on. Sweet Patootie.
Who made that rude remark?
I did. I opened it by kissing her and it just popped out.
Well, you can just pop back into your seat, Timothy, Kate, and remain there for 2 hours after school.
Give me my $2. Hey, that's just a buck.
How many times have you written it?
$49. Can I just put ditto marks for the last 51?
Timothy, why is it you do a nice thing 1 minute and then spoil it the next by being so ill-behaved?
What did I do nice?
This dress, for instance. I know you were the one that was very sweet and kind of you, and I appreciate your thoughtfulness. But you must promise me never to do what you did again.
That was nothing. You don't even have to mention it.
But you haven't told me how you like the dress.
Do I like it? Say, listen, you look better than the leading lady down at the burlesque show.
Well, thank you, Timothy. That's very sweet. But getting back to the subject, I know there's a lot of good in you, but you won't try to cultivate it.
Oh, what do you want me to be, a campfire girl?
I want you to be a man. It would make me very proud and happy to see you amount to something.
Say, are you on a level?
Of course I am. I like you and I want to help you. If you'll let me.
If I'll let you. You just named the time and place. Listen, Cupcake, you and me are going to make beautiful music together.
Dare you say such a thing to me?
Well, all I did was say we're going to...
You get out of here. And if you ever say anything like that again, I'll be forced to expel you.
Look, Miss Brooks,
and for good the next time. Get out.
Thanks for the tip.
What are you doing that for? You're supposed to be in training.
I had another run-in at the school today. She gave me the final warning. One more slip and discharged for good.
What's the matter? Is it that Model T school teacher again?
Don't you talk like that about her. It's my own fault.
Well, as long as you know that, we've got one step in the right direction. Hi, come on, what happened?
I can't understand it. I was pulling my best line on her. Same kind of paddle low leads up. And she hit the ceiling.
You're not stuck on this dame, are you?
What if I am?
Easy, kid, easy. We're only trying to help you.
The only way you could help me is to fix it up so she'll talk to me.
I can fix it up, all right. But I can't go on fixing it forever. You got to do your part.
What do you mean?
Well, you're going at this thing all wrong. In the first place, a fine girl like her doesn't go for guys like us. She goes for those guys that drink milk.
I can slacken up the rope on this item.
All right. In the second place, you can't go around two-timing the old-fashioned type. If she ever finds out about Lola, you're dead.
Lola! Listen, I only dig her up when I need somebody to help me carry the torch.
All right, then, ditch her. Now, in the third place, you're making your move too soon. It's like being on the back stretch. You got to train every day. Treat her with respect. Prove to her that you're a clean-cut individual. On the far turn, you start making your move. That's a Dellington handicap. Coming down the stretch, it's the girl and 16 grand in your pocket. A winner.
He's right, kid.
I would have thought of it. Cut the palaver and get her on the phone.
Sure, partner.
The number's Dellington 727.
Spit it out.
Hello. This is Mr. O'Rourke. Is Barbara still up? Well, may I talk to her? Oh, thanks.
36, 37.
Barbara! Barbara, Mr. O'Rourke is on the phone.
He did call.
Hello, Barbara. Oh, I hope you hadn't gone to bed. Well, I'd like to come by and talk to you for a few minutes if you don't mind. Oh, well, that's fine. Yeah, I'll be right over. I think you'll want it. Goodbye.
Hey, what's the idea telling her she's a wonderful girl?
I have to be nice to her, don't I?
You don't have to be that nice.
How do you know how I have to be? Every time you talk to her, you get your nose in a sling.
Well, what do you want me to do, learn a new language?
You better start if you want to get any place with it. Say, Smitty, you better take him back to the bungalow, and I'll see you there later, huh?
It's all the same. I'll go with you.
You can't. How can I talk about you and you there?
Yeah, maybe you're right. But when you go to a house, don't forget who you come to talk about. And when you get through talking, don't hang around, will you?
You don't mind if I breathe, do you?
What's the matter with you?
You're on milk. Come on. Don't worry, kid. Salty will put it over for you. He's in right with the old lady. He had them to the races. He even picked out that dress for the gal.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Smitty, you want to run inside and get me a couple of stoogies? It's
Sure.
kind of embarrassing when they ask me my age.
Oh, these are on me. I'll pay for them.
Thanks, Smitty.
Oh, you look just lovely, dear. You'd be crazy to take you out.
Mother, honestly, if you embarrass me, I'll...
There he is now. Darling, don't forget. You're to put some perfume behind your ears. Good evening, Salty. Come right in.
Hello, Mom. What's doing the racing for?
Oh, you teasy, you. Barbara will be ready in a minute. She's wearing the new dress. I'm not going to take your hat because I know you and she are going out.
Are we?
Why, certainly. You can't talk here and... Oh, anyway, young man, a new dress ought to be taken out.
Mother, the pleasure's all mine.
Hello, Salty.
Hello, Barbara.
What were you two gabbing about?
Oh, Salty was asking me if he couldn't take you out for the evening, and I said he could.
And I think she's got a very good idea.
Now you two run along. There are your things. You don't have to hurry back. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. Good night. Good night.
Good night, Mom.
Good night.
Is this the right house?
Yeah, it's the right house, all right, but I think it's the wrong girl. Back up to the nearest bartender.
Good evening.
I'll have a lemonade.
Yes, ma'am. Make that 2 lemonades. One with salsa. Yes, sir. This is fun, isn't it?
It's wonderful. Let's dance.
A little later. Right now, I'd like to talk to you. Got something very special on my mind tonight.
Well, go ahead. Say it.
It's kind of personal, but it's very important to me.
Oh, Salty, please.
If a real good friend asked you to do something, would you make a blind promise and do it?
If you were the good friend, yes.
Well, I want you to take Timothy under your wing. Give him some extra time. Show an interest in the kid because he needs you. What's the matter? Am I asking too much?
Oh, no. No.
Well, what I'm driving at is, could you invite him over to your house, say, a couple of nights each week, and give yourself a chance to know him better?
With any other boy, I wouldn't hesitate. But Timothy seems so, well, so precocious.
He is old for his years.
Right now, I can't cope with him in the schoolroom, and
I admit he's a high-spirited youngster, all right. But he was actually sick over what happened today in school.
He ought to be.
You see, he has a very definite inferiority complex, which he tries to cover up with a lot of blustering. When, as a matter of fact, he's a very kind and sweet kid. Why, he's got a heart as big as himself. After all, how many boys would go to the trouble to figure out a way to get their teacher a new dress?
Yes, that's true. But in 2 years at school, I've never had a situation like this with a pupil. He exasperates me. I shouldn't give up. I'll invite him over if you want me to.
That's very sweet of you.
Is your boyfriend? So it is. Hello, Salty.
Hello yourself. It's a big idea.
I got your message.
So what?
So what? So I came all the way from New Orleans. Because that's how anxious I think you are to see me.
I hate to disappoint you, but you came on a wrong steer. I never had a nickel bet on that race.
Your horse, your jockey, and you don't make a nickel in the race. What are you handing me, Salty?
Will you excuse me a minute? Come on, let's take a walk. I know what you want.
You know what I want. I want the 20 grand.
You're like a broken-down tailor dunning a guy for a bill. Forget it, babe. Now get this, Doc. Our deal was cash on the line the day after the Dellington handicap. And as far as I know, it still goes.
You seem pretty sure of winning that handicap.
Sure, I got the winning horse.
Oh, I hope so, because on the 15th, the only thing that's going to talk to me is dough, and I better hear it.
Is there anything else?
No.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to close the office. I got a lady waiting. Oh, waiter, will you bring me a check, please? Thank you, sir.
Who's that man?
Oh, just a friend of mine I had to talk over some business with.
You're not telling me the truth. He's no friend, and you're in trouble.
I am, but you're not.
I can look at those people and see they're no good. That's why you carry the gun.
Let's talk about it some other time.
Give up the gun. No one was ever saved by carrying one. Those things don't stop trouble. They create it.
What a lecture from the DA.
Salty, you ought to get out of this life.
What's it to you?
You're right. What's it to me? Nothing.
Come on. Aren't you in bed yet?
I didn't turn in because
An evening I spent with that school teacher. I sure got my load of gingham and geranium. And to top it off, I had Baxter for dessert.
Baxter. Any trouble?
No. Same old question, same old answer. You take care of this for me. Get to sleep?
That's what I've been waiting up to tell you.
What is it?
Well, look now. Accidents can happen to anybody.
Come on, quit your stalling. What happened?
Well, Johnny ain't in yet. He gave me the slip.
Gave you the slip? What do you use for brains?
I knew you was going to ask me that.
Same old question, same old answer. All we can do is wait for him. Well, that's a fine thing. You know you have to breathe Pipper in the morning. Look at the shape you're in.
Listen, you're not dealing with a monkey. You're dealing with a man.
You're drunk. And jockeys that drink...
You shut up. Now get this, Salty. You and me are going to come to an understanding my way. Gonna lay off that school teacher.
Why don't you get smart? I'm only trying to straighten you out with her.
Oh, give me that. I give Smitty the slip and I followed you. You took her for a joyride and you didn't have to do that if all you wanted to do was straighten me out.
You're out of your mind. She doesn't mean a thing to me.
Oh, I'm out of my mind, eh? Well, listen, I know all about your rep with dames. I don't want you getting cute with this one.
You're daffy. I've never looked sideways at her in my life.
You better not look again, 'cause, brother, I got you in my pocket. You keep your mouth out of it. I'm the only booter that can ride Whipper. I can ride him with the reins of my teeth. You shut up.
I didn't say anything.
Well, you might. If you make one false move at that girl, you and that nagger wind up in a glue factory. Hey, bring me some ice.
I'll bring him some ant paste. You can't let that track rat get away with it. If he does, he'll bat our brains out from here in.
But he has got me in his pockets.
Then you gotta get out.
Yeah, but how?
I got it. You see, boss? The little chiseler's right. Nobody could ride Whipper once, but he's got him softened up. I bet you lots of boys could ride him now. Now that he's broke in. I bet you Tad Dalton could ride him, and he's in town. Got in yesterday.
Hey, maybe you're right.
What do you say I get him on the phone? We'll have him breeze Whipper before the kid gets up. And if he stays on, we'll come back and show this little grifter who'll wind up in the glue factory. What do you say?
It's worth a try to get out of the clutches of that little bandit. Where's he staying?
The grotto. Look, Dalton, we found out if you talk to this horse, it calms him.
Okay.
Let him go. Why didn't you talk to him?
Talk to him? I didn't get time.
Come on. I don't think the kid's up yet. We can sneak back in bed and he'll never know we was gone.
I'll sneak back to bed. You go cook his breakfast.
Come on, kid, wake up. Attaboy. Come on. Let's go. Here you come. That's it. Come on.
What is it? Oh.
Not a thing. I got up early this morning and had Smitty fix your favorite breakfast.
How'd you sleep, kid? How do you feel? Did you have a good night?
You know, kid, if you're not up to it, you don't have to breeze Whipper this morning. Wait till tomorrow morning.
What's the matter with you guys?
Well, not a thing. Can't you stand to be treated right?
And here you are, kid. One of the cigars I got you last night.
The state of Pennsylvania, besides dairy products, is known for its anthracite and bituminous coal.
Miss Brooks,
Yes, Timothy?
when you asked me over to your house this afternoon, I went right downtown. Speaking of coal, here's a little something I picked up on the main stem.
For me?
Yeah, sure.
It's beautiful, Timothy.
Yeah, it ought to look pretty classy pinned on your chest.
You shouldn't spend your money like that.
Oh, what's the difference if you can make somebody happy?
But you have your future to think of. I've heard that jockeys have a very short time to earn money, and you should be saving for the day when you can't ride any longer. Have you ever thought of that?
Oh, yeah, sure, a couple of times. But it only upsets me.
Someday the right girl will come along and you'll think of marriage, settling down and having your own home. And you should start saving right now.
You think so?
Absolutely. Do you think a nice girl would want to trust her happiness to you if you couldn't offer some degree of security?
Oh, wait a minute. Let's get this straight. You mean to say if I had 15 or 16 grand in the bank, a girl wouldn't be afraid to take a chance with me?
Exactly.
Hey, you certainly put a bee in my bonnet. Yeah, but what's the sense of me stacking up dough? Where am I going to meet that kind of a girl?
She's liable to come along when you least expect it.
You can say that again.
And that's why you should prepare yourself now, while you're 17.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
What's the matter?
Hey, look, how old do you think a fellow ought to be for all this stuff you're talking about?
Oh, At least 21.
That's more like it.
You see, I'm a little old-fashioned. I believe in early marriage.
You don't have to say no more, baby. I'm way out in front of you.
You have a funny look in your eye, Timothy. Is there someone that...
I ain't cracking now. But when I do, I promise you'll be the first one to know all about it. Hey, what time is it? I've been figuring.
I think we've worked enough for tonight. Class dismissed.
Say, look, you haven't got a nice cold bottle of beer in the icebox, have you?
No, I haven't. And if I did have, I wouldn't give it to you.
Why? What did I do now?
Beer isn't good for you. Even I know that jockeys have to train.
Well, not me. I'm a great natural rider.
Well, I'd advise you to train if you want to win fame, fortune, and a wife.
I get it. Straight place and show.
My last $2.
My last 200. At least we got enough money for the rent and Whipper's entry fee.
What a horse. Beat everything by a city block.
Not everything is going in the handicap. There's the Holmes entry and the nag called Black Armor. 3 top contenders.
Whipper will beat them all the same way. What a horse.
What a jockey. If I can only keep him in the right frame of mind, we got a beautiful chance hitting that jackpot.
That's a cinch. I got an idea.
Again?
This is a good one if it'll work. You see, the jockey's ball is the night before the big race, huh? And all the kids in school are trying to take the teacher. Now, if you could muscle Johnny into that spot, we could keep a happy character on our hands. How about it?
Hey, you got a good idea. I'm going to work on that right now. Better go over in the winner's circle and start taking care of Whipper, huh? You know, you've been too good of an influence on Timothy to let him down now. Just because 15 other kids beat him to it and ask you first.
What difference does it make? I'll have several dances with him.
Well, that's not the point. If he doesn't go with you, there's no telling what'll happen.
Somehow you always manage to get your own way. You'll be there too, won't you?
I'll probably drop in for a minute.
I'll save you a dance.
We'll check that with your escort first.
Thanks for the ride.
Not at all, thank you.
And now I'd like to announce my decision in regard to the jockey ball. I want to thank everyone in the class for being so kind as to invite me. But I've decided, in view of the fact that all of you except one will be back next season, that I should be escorted by the departing pupil. That pupil happens to be Timothy Cate.
Sweet patootie.
Now, we mustn't act that way. You must remember that tomorrow I'm going to attend the handicap with those of you who are not riding. That's all. Class dismissed.
So, you didn't put your bid in, huh?
There's certain things I don't tip off to you small fry. Bye, Miss Brooks.
Bye.
Well, where have you been?
I was, over to the stable.
Everything all right?
Yeah, fine.
Hey, you know, Smitty, I can't get over the way Johnny rode in that prep race. I'm beginning to believe that kid's all right.
I was thinking that same thing.
Yeah. If we hit the jackpot, you know I'm going to send him to college.
College? Give the kid a break. He still spells bird with a U. Put him in kindergarten first and see if he can make it. What, another tuxedo? You haven't paid for your last one.
Oh, well, oh, you see, Smitty, that's for Johnny.
Johnny?
Yeah, I want him to look nice when he takes the teacher to the jockey ball. Think you feel out of place in it?
No, nowadays they're wrapping Limburger cheese in cellophane. I've been shopping, too.
What have you got there?
Cologne. He don't have to go around smelling like a horse all the time, does he?
I hope I didn't fish a posy.
They're beautiful, Timothy, but you shouldn't have spent so much money.
Oh, forget it. The guy told me to last a week if you keep it in the icebox.
How about the next dance, Miss Brooks?
How about mine, Miss Brooks? I have a dance.
My escort, Mr. Kate, has charge of my dance program.
Come on. Now, wait a minute. Take it easy. Easy. One at a time now. Take it easy. Now, what do you want, 5, 7, or 16?
How about 4?
No.
Pardon me, Mr. Kate, may I have the pleasure of a dance with your companion?
They're all taken.
Now, Tim.
I was saving those for sitting them out in the moonlight. Take one. What'd you have to come so early for?
Oh, pardon me. I think this is our dance right now.
Ain't you nice? Who's the vino for?
For you, Mr. Kate, compliments the gentleman at that table.
So you're Doc Baxter. I heard about you.
Yeah? Most smart jockeys have.
A couple of dumb ones, too, wound up with broken arms. What's on your mind?
I thought you might suggest something. I'm always open to a good proposition.
I can't hear. I got cotton in my ears.
Well, in case you ever take it out, you can always reach me over at Murphy's place. I'm here for the season.
For your information, I buy my own lemonade.
Shove, little fella.
Come on, you know the rules. He's such a clumsy dancer, I thought I'd come to your rescue. Getting kind of woman side, wasn't it?
Why, Timothy, how thoughtful of you. Look, Timothy, the dipper's upside down. Somebody once told me the dipper was filled with happiness, and when the world turned, it spilled out. Sounds sort of silly, but it's cute, don't you think so?
Well, yeah, sure. Say, look, have you noticed any change? I mean, improvement in me lately?
Yes, I have, and I'm very proud of you.
Oh, gosh, I'm glad to hear you say that, because it kind of makes it easier for me to talk, knowing for sure how you feel.
What did you want to talk about, Timothy?
Well, I wanted to talk about, us.
Us?
Do you know what this is?
I have no idea.
It's a hunk. I mean, a piece of ice as big as a baby pear, only it's more pretty.
You mean prettier?
Oh, gee, don't start correcting me at a time like this. It's an engagement ring. For you. A genuine diamond. And someday I'm going to get you even bigger ones. So big they'll look like searchlights on your hand.
Timothy.
Don't stop me now. You got to listen. Ever since that day at the Blackboard, I knew this was coming. You've done something to me, something deep inside.
Timothy, will you stop a moment?
I won't stop. I love you, and I'm going to say it. I want you to be my wife. Oh, heck, I know this is a rotten proposal, but I'm new at it. What I want to say from my heart gets choked off on the way up.
Timothy, I want you to listen to me. Surely you can't be serious.
Serious?
Aren't we both being a little silly? Don't misunderstand me. Well, I'm so honored I don't know what to say. I mean, this whole thing, sort of swept me off my feet.
Swept you off your feet?
I mean, it's taken me by surprise. If I'd only known.
But you must have known. Why you even threw me hits that night at your house when you told me to save my dough?
Timothy, I like you and I'm very interested in you. But if I've given you the impression that my feelings went any deeper, well, I did it unintentionally.
But when you said about me meeting the right girl and getting married, didn't you mean us?
I meant you. I've only tried to be a good influence on you. I had no idea you'd misinterpret my interests.
Is there somebody else?
That doesn't make any difference.
There is somebody else. And I know who it is. It's Sully. Isn't it? Come on, isn't it?
Oh, what if it is?
I know it. Sully was pretty smart selling me the idea I had a chance with you. Studying, training, wanting to make something out of myself. What a lot of fun you must have had laughing at me. The both of you.
Timmy, no one's been laughing at you.
Oh, no? Well, we'll see who laughs last.
Timothy!
Barbara? Anything wrong?
Plenty. I'm furious. You're the most contemptible, unscrupulous man that ever lived.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
I'm through listening to you. The deceitful trick you played on that little boy was the meanest, most heartless, cruel. How could you do such an unholy thing and make me a partner to him?
Will you tell me what happened?
Timothy proposed to me, that's what happened. And it's all your fault. I didn't think anyone could sink so low as to use friends for their own selfish motives.
Where is he now?
Where do you think he is? He left this place. He couldn't stand it when I told him.
You told him what?
Never mind.
Come on, out with it. You must have told him something to drive him away.
I guess I did, but I can't tell you.
You've got to tell me.
I won't.
I say you will. Everything depends on it.
All right. I told him I was in love with you.
What in the world did you tell him that for?
Because I am. At least I was.
Well, listen, Barbara.
Go away. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, have you seen Timothy, Kate?
He was here a while ago, but I don't know where he went.
All right, thanks.
Is that him?
Get out. Hey, bartender. Give me some ice towels and black coffee, will you?
I want my purse. Something happens to him, it won't be my fault.
No, but if something happens to you, it'll be my fault.
Baloney.
Come on, kid. Hey. Come on. How do you feel, partner?
Great.
What are you trying to do? Have all the fun in the world in one night?
Yeah.
Here, drink this. It'll help you snap out of it. There's nothing like black coffee. Smitty's on his way over here. He's going to drive you down to the Crescent Baths for a steam. Then afterwards, he's going to cook your favorite breakfast for you. Why, at 1 o'clock, you'll feel like a king. Boy, if I carried on like this, I'd be on the sick list all next day. Without you, you're young. You bounce back like a rubber ball. Why, I bet you won many a race after being up all night. Oh, hello, Smitty. Hello. How do you feel, Johnny?
I'm all right. So what?
Sure, he's all right. You're going to take him over to the Crescent Baths and meet me at the stable. Oh, Johnny, about last night, I'm sorry. You know that, don't you, partner?
God the malaki, you're a dirty double-crossing busset.
Well, now, take it easy, son.
So she didn't mean a thing to you, huh? You never looked at her sideways. And all the time you're playing me for a #1 patsy.
Isn't so. You brought this on yourself, kid. I might have put a little grease under you, but you gave yourself the push. I never said you was in love with Johnny, Kate.
Ah, stop it. You're breaking my heart.
Well, you should have known that. After all those nights you spent at her house, she didn't give you kisses, she gave you kindness.
That's 'cause you were slipping the kisses on her side. I never did have an honest shake with you or her.
You listen to me and you get this straight. I'm not apologizing to you, but I'm telling you, and if you got an ounce of brains, you're going to pay attention. That girl didn't mean a thing to me, just like I told you. As a matter of fact, until she bawled me out last night, I didn't even know she was alive. But, brother, I know it now.
Kind of a slow thinker, aren't you?
Well, it's just like I told you. And if you're the businessman that I think you are, you got 16 grand to pick up. And if you're as smart as I think you are, you're going to get yourself in shape so you can pick it up.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We'll see. See how it goes.
All right, come on.
Baxter speaking.
This is Timothy Kate. I took the cotton out of my ears.
What can I do for you, Tim?
Nothing, but I can do a lot for you. If you're interested, meet me in the steam room at the Crescent Bats.
You're going to have company, Mr. Kate.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you today in the handicap. Thanks to Smitty, I got $20 riding on you.
Oh, that's swell. It's in the bag, Tony. It's in the bag.
What's boys?
If there's anything else you want, gentlemen, just ring.
Okay, Curly.
What's on your mind, Tim?
What you're thinking?
Yeah, what am I thinking?
That you'd like to have Whipper in your pocket.
You're right, but a job like that's worth about $5,000. You know I wouldn't go for anything like that.
What will you go for?
2? I brought him with me. Now, I know that kind of dough wouldn't interest you. I understand you got a third of the purse on Whipper.
Look, Baxter, this is one-time money don't count. I don't like this guy any more than you do.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, how do I know that you'll go through with it?
What horse you betting on?
Black Armor. He'd be about maybe 3.5 for 1 or better.
I teeter clean. Put a couple of toothpicks on Black Armor's nose for me.
You'll have a real good bet on Black Armor. Meantime, here's a couple of grand. Buy your girl a new hat. Hey, babe. Call up New Orleans to take all bets on Whipper. I hear the horse hasn't got a chance. It's a boat ride.
Gee, that's tough, boss. He'll be blowing Sawley's $20,000.
So what? If I could trade it for $50,000 and at the same time wipe out a guy I don't like.
Here's box 47. Oh, here we are, Barbara. What race is Timothy Kate riding in?
The 7th one. That's a big handicap. That's the one you and me are betting on.
I just got another $10,000 from Wilder on Whipper.
His breaking the track record in that prep race didn't do us any harm.
Here comes your friend Sawley.
Go ahead and see if you can scare up some more clients on Whipper.
Okay, Doc.
Looking for me?
Yeah. I want to press my luck on Whipper. I'd like to make a little sentimental bet, say 500 on the nose.
Your credit with me was up about 30 days ago, you remember?
This is cash, bookmaker. Where will I meet you after the race? To collect.
You know where to see me, Murphy's place. And bring that $20,000 with you. But look, just in the event that your horse doesn't win, don't be silly enough to try to run away because I've got friends all over the country.
Doc, you haven't got any friends. You mean employees?
Smitty, come here. I gotta see you. Now, maybe there's nothing in it, and maybe there is. But I figured, as a friend of mine, you're entitled to know it all.
What is it?
Well, your jockey had a visitor in the steam room right after you left. He signed the name Brown, but he looked like Baxter the bookmaker, and he had a bankroll that'd choke a horse.
Baxter's got Whipper in the sack and you with him.
How do you know?
I got it straight from the feed box. Johnny sold you out. That's the trouble with that little thief. He's always gone to the highest bidder.
Come on, quit running off the mouth. How do you know?
Tony saw him and Baxter together in the steam room. He's betting $2,000 for Johnny on Black Armor.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? He'd sell you out in a minute. That little gyp's got no loyalty for anybody or anything.
Not depending on that. There's one thing in the world that kid loves, and it's money. He's not going to trade off $16,000 to win 10 on Black Armor. Kid might not be loyal, but he's greedy. It's my ace in the hole.
I ain't going to waste any more time talking to you. You're being stubborn with your head in the noose.
Hiya, Smitty.
Hiya, Fred. I got to see you, Miss Brooks.
See me? What about?
You remember me. I'm Whipper's trainer.
I came to watch the races. Couldn't you make it some other time?
It can't wait. It's about Salty O'Rourke.
Don't talk to me about him. I never want to see him again.
If he loses this race, he's ruined. You'll never see him again, and neither will anybody else.
Unless somebody straightens the kid out, he's not going to try to win.
Why do you come to me with all of this?
Because Salty is in love with you.
In love with me?
Yeah, he told Tim this morning. That's one of the reasons for the jam we're in.
He told Tim? He said he was in love with me? How'd he say it?
Oh, listen, lady, I ain't no poet. But he carried on to the kid about you for an hour.
Why didn't he tell Tim? Why doesn't he tell it to me?
You'll have to take that up with him later. Right now, we've got business. In a few minutes, the kid comes out for the race. I want you to talk to him, brace him. And here's what I want you to say.
I understand. I know what to say.
That a girl. You wait for him over there.
Timothy.
I can't stop now. I'm riding this race.
If it's the last thing I do, I've got to make you listen.
Some other time. I'm in a hurry.
But you've got to listen to me. A little while ago, Smitty told me something you nor I never knew. Salty needs his purse to pay back a big debt he owes to a gambler. If Whipper doesn't win, he'll be ruined.
I can't guarantee a winner. What's the matter with you?
But Smitty thinks your heart isn't in the race, that you're not going to try to win. But I know differently, Tim, because I've got faith in you. You said you wanted me to be happy. Now you've got your chance to prove it. I love Salty, and I always will. And if he wins this race, I can get him out of all this forever. But it's up to you, Tim. You will give me that chance, won't you? The nice things you told me last night will never leave my memory. I'll always be grateful and proud of you. And no matter what happens on that track, I, for one, will always know that you tried to win with all your might.
You're late. You got the car all set? Just like you said, outside the barn gate right after the race. That's perfect.
How do you feel, kid?
Okay.
You know, Johnny, they tell me you've sold me out. You dumped me in the race for a $2,000 bet. I want to tell you that I don't believe him.
Now, why would I do that? I'm still good at arithmetic.
Sure, why should you win this race means so much to the both of us. Jackpot at the end of the rainbow. You and I have had our ups and downs and a misunderstanding or two. That's all by the boards now. From here on in, kid, it's up to you. I've done my share. Whipper's as tight as a drum and as sharp as these hands can make him. Just remember, it's a long race, 1.25 miles. So don't stay off the pace too far. You got plenty of horse under you. So try to pick a spot that's third or fourth. And then when you make your move... What am I doing trying to tell you how to ride that horse? You're the only one that does know how. Come on. Good luck, partner.
I guess she told you, huh?
Yeah.
If you don't bring in the winter, it's going to go tough for Salty.
Yeah. It ain't that too bad.
Why, you dirty little gutter rat.
Let us show in third. Beat Black Armor and take the pot.
Hey, boss. Here's the proof. Will you believe me now? The kid had him in his boot. Thanks to his calling cards. You gotta yank Johnny or declare the horse out of the race. You can't let him ride you to the Undertakers.
What good would that do? If we can't win with him, we can't win without him.
Well, maybe you're right. But if we're gonna do any more thinking, let's do it out of town. I'm gonna pack. Here, boss. You may need this.
Thanks.
Hello, Salty.
Hello, Brooksy.
You've never called me Brooksy before.
I've never felt this way before.
What is it, Salty?
I'm in love, Brooksy. I'm in love with you. Ever since last night when I found out how really lovely gingham and geranium are. You know, it's funny, but in all my life, I never believed in it. I thought it was weakness. A state of mind for saps. But I'm just a guy that found out too late.
You can't give me that kind of an answer. I've a right to know.
It's a long story, Brooksy. One that just didn't work out. I'd have won this race, the whole world would look different to you and me.
But you haven't lost it yet. Whipper may still win.
No, I haven't got a chance. Whipper's in a boat ride.
Salty, I know about Timothy, and we mustn't judge him too soon. You must have faith.
Faith in a miracle. The only chance I've got to win now is to catch lightning in a bottle.
Maybe you will.
There they go. Ectoplasm is going to the front. Cooperage is second. Dictum is third. Owlish is fourth. Black Armor is fifth. Barman and Hesperides. Passing the stern the first time. Hesperides on the inside in front. By a neck. Cooperage is second. Length and 1/2. Dictum is third. By a head. Owlish is fourth. By 1 length. Black Armor is fifth. By 1 length. Ectoplasm is sixth. And
He's
Barman.
stiffing him, all right.
It's like having a license for stealing.
Yeah. Brooksy, I'm no good with words unless I'm lying to somebody. But I'm not lying now.
Please, Salty, what are you trying to say?
I want you to start walking to that gate. Go right on through without looking back. It's goodbye.
No, it isn't, Salty. Because where you go, I'll go too.
Oh, you can't, Brooksy. Someday, when they straighten themselves out, I'll come back. Not till then.
Long play is seventh, and Whipper is trailing.
He had no right to talk to me just before the race. That's hitting load of belt. Baxter broke the other jockey's arms, remember? You got good horse sense, Whipper. If you was me, what would you do? Who couldn't help it if you ran away and won a race? What makes you think you can? All right, so I don't get the girl. But do you think we can win it? We're pretty far back. Let's make a stab at it. All right, so Baxter breaks both my legs, but he's going to catch me first. All right, Whipper, let's go. Ha! It ain't far, Whipper.
Second, by a neck. Here comes Whipper in the middle of the track. There it is in front. By a head. Here comes Whipper. On the outside, running over horses. It's Hesperides, Black Armor, and Whipper. It's Black Armor, Hesperides, and Whipper. Black Armor, Whipper, and Hesperides. Black Armor, and Whipper. Black Armor, and Whipper. It's Whipper and Black Armor.
Second thought you better stay here.
Why? What's the matter?
Well, if Timothy didn't double-cross me, double-cross Baxter. Something might happen. See you later, honey.
Put his lights off, the dirty little conniver. We'll take care of O'Rourke later. You see now that he engineered this whole deal.
I knew you wouldn't let me down, kid.
Got the malarkey. I just all of a sudden got good at arithmetic. You'll hear from me later. I'll let you know where to send my 16 grand.
Don't run away, kid. You're much safer if you stick with me.
Way out, and we'll wait for you here.
Will you say a few words to me, Mr. O'Rourke?
Yeah, sure. It's a great day, ladies and gentlemen, and particularly for me. And it's a great honor to own a horse that can win the Dellington Handicap. Whipper's a game horse, but the real hero of today's race is the jockey. I've seen a lot of great jockeys and a lot of great races. But the way Kate rated Whipper will always live in my memory. He stayed off the pace and made his move at exactly the right time. My thanks also to Whipper's trainer, E. Copeland Smith.
He's taking it on the lamb, the fool. How are you going to protect him?
I'm okay.
get him. Get him.
I'll take care of him, boss.
You won't need much care now.
Where you going?
To pay a debt. So you know about it?
I saw him. I was waiting for you, and Smitty carried him by. It was awful. Where are you going?
I'm going to drop you off at your house.
Where are you going? I'm going with you.
I told you I was taking you home.
You're going after those men. You're going to take revenge, and there'll be more killing.
Just nervous and excited. What you need's a rest. You'll be all right.
You'll be back for me, won't you?
Sure, I'll be back for you. Remember something while you're waiting.
On the Polaroid.
It's him, the sucker.
Good, let him in. Now you hide out, and if he pays the dough, you can tail him when he leaves here and take care of him. But don't do anything here unless he starts something. Oh, Sam, there's a guy coming through. It's okay. We frisk him and blow. This is going to be a pleasure.
Just a minute, buddy. Sorry I'm late.
Late?
Yeah, there's an accident at the track. I got held up for a while.
What happened?
Don't you know?
Oh, I didn't know anything about it.
Someone shot my jockey, Timothy K. He's dead. Are you sure you don't know anything about it?
Why should I know anything about it? I'm sorry, though. You rode a good race.
Yeah, he did for me. But evidently not for somebody else.
All right, let's cut out this chatter. You got $2,000 coming to you for that bet you made today. Now, you owe me $18 grand. You got it with you?
I got it right here. Are you alone?
Sure I'm alone. Why?
Oh, I was just thinking. Without any witnesses, you might forget that I paid you.
I guess you just have to trust me.
Yeah. What? Sorry, but I'm a little nervous. Maybe you better count it.
All right. What are you so nervous about? It's all there. Let him have it, babe.
What did the district attorney say?
What could he say when a couple old aristocrats start dueling and knock each other off?
You're free.
Free as a bird.
By the way, I have something that belongs to you.
Hey, Smitty. Keep your eyes on the road, will you?